Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Now, you got these Egyptian women that was sentenced to a jail sentence, I think a 2-year jail sentence with like $18,000 bond money for twerking with their clothes on TikTok. Okay? Now, when you look at the situation, it brings out and exposes Babylon the Great, because Babylon is the mother of whores. You see, this is the place where all the whoredom goes down. Now, when you come to America, it's off the chain. You got women all over the place with wearing thongs and Daisy Dukes and bikinis, and they all in the camera twerking and shaking their booty all over the computer. Cause see, this TikTok, this the internet they talking about. Not they was somewhere in public, at the grocery store, or at the park, or at somewhere in the mall or something, twerking or doing some kind of dancing. These people is on TikTok, a website that a few people might even have. A lot of people don't even have these things and know what's going on it. But the authorities of Egypt put these women in jail. So that exposes Babylon the Great. You see, because they promoting the so-called Negroes and Hispanics to do these things. They promote them to do it. They pay them to do it. You know, they can start them a fans-only page, and money start flowing. People start wanting to grab them and put them in music videos and put them all in magazines and all kinds of stuff. They pay them. They pay them to be whores. See, Babylon the Great pay women to be whores. America. They don't do this in other countries. You going your behind the jail if you try to promote whoredom in our society. We gonna put you in jail. You see, you can't come in our society and promote whoredom. We gonna put you in jail. And see, these so-called American women, they done fed into it. They done fed into promoting whoredom in the land. You see, and so when you go into the scriptures, you go into Leviticus 19:29. It lets you know that you shouldn't prostitute your daughter and cause her to be a whore, and the whole land gets full of wickedness. That's how the wickedness come into the land. You see, because you got these men and you got these women that's gonna deal with each other, but now you got a bunch of men trying to spend money to get these women to do certain things, and the relationships don't last long. 50 to 70% divorce rate, and because they gonna downplay the operation. But none of these people is really staying married. Now let me find this verse in Leviticus. Not only Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy had something to say about this thing. Deuteronomy 23:17, it says, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel." You see, they don't promote this stuff in their countries. That's only America. That's who Babylon the Great is, man. They the mother. And when you say mother of the harlots, that means that's the beginning. That's the beginning. That's where it all starts. It all started here in America. And they've been trying to keep the whoredom out of their countries. They've been trying to keep the whoredom out of their land. And they willing to throw your behind in jail and give you all types of fines to keep that stuff out of their land. Because they know what's going to happen to their land if they don't. Because the Most High done told us, but they read our records and they understand that the Most High is for real. And let me quote it verbatim in Leviticus 19:29. It say, "Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness." What makes you think you're going to be able to have these women naked on all these beaches, naked in magazines, naked all on the, what you call it, all on the internet, the Instagram, everybody naked. Facebook, they naked, they twerking, they all showing when they go to the clubs, the nightclubs, they in there naked. In the music videos, naked. Back in, when they really pushed it, when that Nelly started coming out, and they was having them almost a pornography on BET. They was trying to push it on the blacks and Hispanics. On BET, they were having late night videos full of naked women. We got a selected group of videos that we gonna show you some naked women all over the place. You see, and that's what's going on. But see, Egypt just exposed the operation. We not having that in our country. We gonna send your behind to jail. This is a crime. This is a crime before the Lord. You see, this is a crime against humanity. You see? Now, I'm just looking at another verse that makes it even worse. In Leviticus 29:9, this is concerning the priest, but it just brings out the severity and the seriousness of the situation. It says, this is Leviticus 21:9, "And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father. She shall be burnt with fire." You see that? You wasn't playing them type of games in our homeland. You, especially if you're a daughter of a priest, you getting burnt with fire. You sitting around here shaking your behind in front of everybody, thinking it's a cute thing. I got another verse for him. Leviticus 20, verse 17. It says, "If a man take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness," see, that's what you're seeing on Instagram and on TikTok and all this kind of stuff. But these women got on clothes and they going to jail. But this exposed America, Babylon the Great. And see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness. It is a wicked thing. You don't even supposed to see these people nakedness. They land on the beach with a G-string and people cheering, walking around looking at that. That is against the darn law. They need to go to jail. As soon as you see somebody on a beach naked and a innocent child walking around looking at it, they need to go to prison. And not for just 2 years. They need to go for 5 or 10 years. Because look at what the high priest's daughter, she going to get burnt with fire. When she want to play the whore, she going to be burnt with fire. So these people, they understand the seriousness of the situation. And see, man's goings is of the Lord, so he exposing Babylon, you see, by letting these countries still feel seriously about his laws. They not even Israelites. They don't even supposed to be feeling this compassionate for them laws like that, because it don't concern them. But they feeling, he put it on their spirit to feel compassionate for these laws, so he can expose Babylon the Great, America, with these red dragons that's promoting our people to stay in whoredom. You see, they want to keep us in sin so we will stay in a slave servitude situation. even though they living out their blessing, and it's all a part of the Lord's plan. But you know, the whoredom that's going on over here in America is outrageous, and that exposed Babylon the Great. Ain't got nothing to do with no religion or none of that. They say Babylon the Great, the mother of whores. That's what it's about. Whoredom. Walking around with what you call them, leggings on. They walking around with tight pants, so tight they can't even breathe. The shirt, the cleavage hanging all out at all time. I've had one girl, she couldn't leave, she wouldn't want to leave the house without a shirt with cleavage. I goes in the closet, I said, well, you got to have something else in this closet that don't got cleavage on. You ain't got a regular shirt? No, I ain't got no regular shirt. All my shirts is cleavage. I said, well, what kind of world is this? How you got a whole closet full of no regular shirts? Everything you got to show your breast. You can't leave the house without showing your breast to everybody. But that's what the spirit they done put on our women here in America. When you look at Deuteronomy 22:25, they wearing men clothes, hats, and all kind of baggy jeans and trying to look like a man. Then you got in 1 Timothy 2:9 say these women supposed to be in modest apparel, professing godliness, not showing everybody their butt cheeks. We don't care if they what kind of clothing you got on. When we can see your butt cheeks, that's nakedness, man. We don't give a care about you got on so-called clothes. It's modesty. Modesty is meaning the clothing that you got on don't mean nothing. If it ain't modest, if I can see your butt cheeks and your breast nipples and all this kind of stuff, that's not modest. You're not even trying to profess godliness. You're trying to profess your behind and profess your breasts. That's what you're trying to profess. And see, that's Babylon the Great. America got that started because you're not having that in Egypt. Egypt gonna send you to jail. Egypt gonna say you broken the law. You finna have an $18,000 fine. You see, you got 2 years up in this jailhouse. And you ain't even take your clothes off. You sat up there just twerking your behind. You see, you just in your clothing, gyrating and doing all kinds of things, and you going to jail. So imagine what you see. We all done seen these people on the internet from America do all that so-called twerking and shaking their butt in the camera. Just full of wickedness. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace of the elect worldwide. The kingdom is at hand. Shalom.